Hey guys, it's Doug here from VikingShooters.com. Today I want to talk to you guys about FrogLube. I've been using this stuff for years in all of my guns, both for work and for carry and for competition. And like the slogan says, it just works. I've used it for thousands and thousands of rounds, everything from pouring rain to hot desert dusty conditions down to snow. And I've never had a single issue with it. I've read online where some people are claiming that if it gets in the firing pin channel, it can cause jams. And from my experience, that just isn't true. I've tried to get it to jam. I've put it on extra thick and left the gun really dirty, and I couldn't get it to jam. It just kept shooting through. FrogLube does have a new product out, FrogLube Extreme. It's in an all liquid, which is a little bit different than the original paste. With the Extreme, it's recommended if you're in extreme cold or extreme hot temperatures, or if it's going to be dusty. I ran the stuff out at Area 2 Classic in Arizona this year, and it ran great out there, even in the heat and the dust, and it ran perfect. But just to show you guys, now I'm going to be using the original FrogLube paste on my Infinity open gun here. I've used it on all of my guns, on my competition guns, even on something like this that's really high tolerances and sprung really light. I'll go ahead and use the paste on it, and it's not going to have a single issue at all. So go ahead and break down the gun and show you guys the proper way to apply the paste so that you don't have any issues. So just as with any project we want to make sure that the firearm is clear and safe. So we're going to lock the slide to the rear, looking through the ejection port, make sure that there's nothing in the barrel, look down the magazine well, making sure that there's nothing in the magazine well. Now we can go ahead and take it apart. Alright, we're back here. I went ahead and wiped everything down while we had it broken apart. Here's the nice thing about FrogLube. It's probably one of the easiest cleanups you'll ever have on the gun after you're done shooting it. My competition gun, I've also used it on some rifles, doing full auto mag dumps, and just at the end of the day, cleanup is much easier than with anything else I've found. Pretty much just some very minimal brushing, if that, mostly just wipe everything down, the carbon comes right off. So we'll go ahead and show you how to apply this correctly. Now, the perfect tool for this job, just a hairdryer. So I always just sneak up to the wife's room, steal the hairdryer while she's not paying attention, come down here, heat up all the parts, brush on the FrogLube. After we get the parts all nice and hot, it helps the paste just to melt and spread evenly over everything, so you get a nice thin coat. You get plenty of lubrication on there. We're also not wasting too much of the product here, so one can is going to last you a long time. So I'll go ahead and heat up the parts here, and then we'll show you how easily it brushes on. So we got all the parts nice and warm. They don't need to be blazing hot here. It should just be warm to the touch. So when you pick it up, you can feel that warmth in there. Now we're going to take Q-tip, get some FrogLube on there, and we're just going to brush it over everything, inside and out. It is a CLP. It does clean, lubricate, and protect. So there's no reason not to get it on the inside and out. Help keep your finish nice. On this one, this body is in the white, so it hasn't been finished. So I definitely put it on the outside. But even on my limited gun that my cousin Adam Telef did a really nice slow rust blue finish on, I'm still going to do the same process on my limited gun with that rust blue finish there. I'm going to heat up the parts, get everything nice and hot, and then brush it on inside and out. And you can see with doing the heat, the paste just melts and spreads on real thin, so we don't have any clumps of anything anywhere. It goes on nice and thin, and we're not using a lot of it. So even if you're like me and you shoot your guns at least once, if not several times a week, that one can is still going to last you quite a while here. Get on the inside, just come out to the outside, get it all worked into all the pores there, make sure everything stays nice and protected and stays looking nice and shiny. Now, like I showed you guys earlier, they did come up with the new FrogLube Extreme, which is an all liquid. So we don't need to go through this heating of the parts and brushing it on. It is recommended if you're getting into the extremely hot or the extremely cold temperatures. Some people will say that with this paste that if you're shooting it really cold, like freezing temperatures, it can congeal back up. I've never had an issue with that. I've shot it down at about 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Before, when there's snow on the ground outside. I've never had an issue with it clumping back up and causing jams. But still, if you're shooting at something really dusty, or if you're just looking for something that's quick and easy to apply, that FrogLube Extreme is the way to go. Now, for me, I have switched this gun over to using the FrogLube Extreme since it came out a couple months ago, just because the tolerances are really tight on this and it's sprung really light. I like, having that all liquid formula in there. However, I did run this paste on this gun before that FrogLube Extreme came out, and as you can see, I have no issues continuing to run it on this gun. I'll do the paste on this just so you can see that even a gun as tight and as lightly sprung as this thing, it'll still run just perfectly with the paste with no issues. There we go, brushing it all over all of our parts. One last step is in the barrel here. Now, this is again another time where our FrogLube Extreme comes in really handy. It's a nice liquid formula, so we can just put it right on our brush here. Just a couple of drops, not much needed. Make sure the inside of the barrel gets nice and clean and lubricated. Now, since we heated up the parts, we spread it on. It went in all nice and even. We'll go ahead and wait just a few minutes. Let everything cool back down. Give it one final brush down. Make sure all the debris is off it, and then we'll put it back together. We can go out and shoot. Hopefully this short video just cleared up any questions you may have had about FrogLube and put your mind at ease about running this in any of your guns, no matter what it is, for duty, for concealed carry, or even competition here. Like I said, I've used it for years. I've never had a single issue with it. Go ahead and you can go on FrogLube.com. You can pick it up there, or most of your major retailers. They do have everything combined in one package called the Frog Tube, where it does have in it your paste, it's got the liquid, and it also has this awesome FrogLube solvent that can be used to clean the gun as well. Just make life a lot easier for you. Everything's all in one package and save yourself some money. So go ahead and check them out. While you're online, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and check me out at VikingShooters.com for more links to my Instagram and match videos and pictures and some deals from the sponsors. So once again, this is Doug from VikingShooters.com. Y'all have a great, safe day.